Chapter 10. I want to specifically point out the open source project, Linux. There are many flavors or distributions of Linux. You could find out more about available distributions out on the website called distrowatch.com. There are alternatives to commercial software nowadays. No one is forced to pick commercial software. The question is the following: can it be supported? At least with the Windows OS, there are regular updates and there is company behind the OS. If something goes wrong with Linux, there is no single company to go do it. There are several companies that provide support and regular updates to the software. The frequency of the updates with Linux depends on the distribution that is picked and the familiarity of the staff to support the open source projects. Also, the release of the updates depend on the maintainers of the open source projects, how quickly they can patch their software. Out of the open source projects, I want to highlight Apache Web Server, Postfix and SendMail for the email, MySQL, and Postfix for the databases. Bind for the DNS. It really depends on what your company is doing and what type of business the company is engaging in. There is other software there. I simply cannot list them all in this book. Please explore the available options yourself. If you can support these, you need to. Maybe it is necessary to read some books, read online resources, or attend formal classes to learn these technologies. There are alternatives to Linux, which are called BSD flavors. Out of BSD flavors, there are two that stand out: OpenBSD and FreeBSD. As an end user, see for yourself what makes sense to implement commercial software or the open source one. I made a big emphasis on the maintainers of this open source software, but all software can be poorly implemented. The software can have all the latest patches and updates to it, but can be left wide open by the staff that maintains it. It is a two-sided sword. On one side of the company that provides updates, on the other side, how it is implemented.